there on a Friday from the center of the galaxy. This is ForceCenter show about Star Wars, pop culture, and the ultimate adventure, life itself. And it's the end of the week, so a lot of life has happened. I'm Ken Napstok.
I'm Joseph Scrimshaw, and I love it when you have a little pregnant pause before you say the ultimate adventure, life itself, because sometimes you say our agreed upon intro of life itself, and sometimes you get jazzy with it. And every time there's a little pause, I'm like, ooh, what's going to come out?
Jazz hands when the jazz man's testified. We're here. So today's show is on ForceCenter now is your guys' chance. You, the ForceCenter friends, our Patreon supporters get to call in. But hey, you also could be in chat and leave your answer as well. We are, what do we do today? Oh, yeah, that's right. We're talking about your favorite moments from the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer. And a lot to talk about, even if it is a short trailer. We want to hear from all of you. So how do you do that? Of course, become a patron support at patreon.com/ForceCenter. Get in. The link is posted there. And we will go ahead and take your calls. We got a lot of calls lined up today, so excited for that. We got calls from Will and Addie and Jedi James and Ethan, a.k.a. Svetnik, Jacob, and also a long-time first time from Amaranth calling in as well. So we're going to get to that. But if I, Joseph, may I do some promotion for a mutual friend first?
Yes.
Well, that would have been, if you said no, what would we have done?
Like,
what would we have done?
Tell me in chat who it is, and we'll decide.
Well, it is the person on my hat. Our friend of the show, Darina, a.k.a. DJ Bruja, has released her first single today. She's been working very hard. I'm very proud. Sueño Americano. It's available wherever you get your music. But I always say, hey, if you can support independent artists and head to like Bandcamp or if you Apple, it's 99 cents price to go. Really proud of her putting her creative, her heart on her sleeve. So check it out. And of course, Darina, a friend of the show, been on the show, was part of our live show in Chicago in 2019. So just wanted to highlight her work there. So there you go.
Very kind. Very kind.
All right, let's do this, shall we? Are you? I'm ready to just dive on in. Are you? Or
yes.
How? I'm in a weird mood. I've had a not a bad week, long week. I did not have to do jury duty, but you don't find out to the night before. So there's all this anxiety, and you log in, and you're like, "Is my, I want to do my civic duty. I believe in my civic duty. I actually don't think jury duty is a bad thing, but is my life going to be effed up tomorrow when they say go in?" And it wasn't. So I feel it's like I'm.
I have been called for jury duty, or I've received summons 3 times when I've lived in Los Angeles. Never once when I lived in Minnesota. One time I got called in and I was got chosen for the jury and then was struck immediately in voir dire for asking a question, and they don't like that.
No.
So I was like, okay, well, I would never manipulate to get out of jury duty because I would like to do it. No.
Yeah.
But then the last two times, the same experience as you, of you get the summons and then you call in every day. And it is a weird space to be in, to be like, I'm willing and interested to participate and do my civic duty. But being in that state of unknown, particularly in our current times where every day seems to bring 800 more new unknowns, it's a weird headspace to be in for a week. So I get where you're coming from. Yeah,
indeed. But we get to talk a little Star Wars. I actually was having a conversation with our buddy Alden Diaz off air of, hey, remember when the trailer dropped on like Tuesday and it feels like a month ago already?
So many. So many experiences ago.
So many indeed. Well, before the aliens land and full disclosure is realized, we could talk about your thoughts out there. CJ say, my wife screamed out loud in the helmet off moment. It shocked even me. Big City said, I don't think everyone is prepared for live action Zeb tearing through stormtroopers. I'm going to try to get permission. I didn't get permission to share it. I don't know if he'd want, but our buddy Mark Riley, another friend of the show, he's out of the YouTube game, right? He's free at last. So this week he sent me, he goes, hey, here's my trailer reaction video. And it was him and his now coming up on 2-year-old daughter, JJ, who is a big Grogu fan. And it's a video kind of shot on the side of his daughter holding Grogu. And he plays the trailer. And her reactions, her just unmitigated, unfettered joy at Grogu. I wrote Mark back and I said, number one, this just makes all the grifters even more pathetic. But two, like, this is truly what it's about. It was a joy to see. I got to see if Mark will let me share that. It was wonderful.
I'm going to do an angry thumbnail that just like, here's why the 3-year-olds are wrong. Here's why they have no taste. Grow up, baby.
What are you doing, baby? You got joy, baby? Yeah.
Oh, babies just love nostalgia. They love to think back when they were 6 months old. That's all they care about.
yeah. That's just those babies, man. Just lost in the member berry sauce. Serving those member berries from a spoon. Here's the airplane. Oh my gosh. There we go. All right, let's do some calls. You do some calls here. Let's go. Let's start this out here with Will. And then we'll go to Amaranth. I'm so excited to have Amaranth call in here. As always, I do the disclaimer. This is a call show. We say call-in show because we're both old and, radio, blah, blah, blah. But if your camera's up in the queue, that means you agreed that you're camera ready and will appear on the show. If not, just you can turn your camera off and we'll make it an audio-only call there. So, Will Dixon, check it in first. How you doing, Will? How you doing?
I'm doing all right. You guys doing okay?
Great.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, happy to be here.
Yeah, those 3-year-olds don't know what they're talking about, but I wanted to call in and talk about action figures real quick.
Do it.
Good.
Do it. Yeah, right. All right, talk to me. What's your favorite moment in the trailer? What action figures you gonna buy?
Well, the trailer, all it did was cement that I have an action figure addiction that it's not good.
I have some follow-up questions to that when you're done.
Please.
I need help.
Well, you probably know where my head is at. I was too busy making the trailer toyetic to even enjoy it the first time through. I'm pretty sure. So my trailer moment was, of course, Embo, because I'm a huge fan of his and have been since I got that figure for my kid a long time ago. And my immediate thought was, when can I get the 3 3/4? Will he come with the Anuba? They did that for Sabine. Sabine was packaged with the Howler. Will it be 35? Will it be 4? I mean, it was terrible. I was spiraling instantly. The Dejaric arena was also, is it a HasLab project? Will they package the twins? U-Wings. It was bad. It was really bad. After it was over, I had head and hands for a moment and had to, like, all right, can I just watch the trailer and enjoy it now for what it is and stop this? And so I just had to call in for confession. It was a sad moment in my household.
That is totally understandable. I think it is a filter that a lot of us watch Star Wars through because it's how we grew up with it. I think. Was that your experience? I forget when you enter your exact age and when you entered the fandom, but were toys always tied to the fandom for you?
Absolutely. I think I'm not even sure when my first grouping would have come through. It would have been, I guess, between Empire and Jedi.
Okay.
I remember having the Black Luke Skywalker, and I never had the Return of the Jedi Luke, the Empire Luke until later in life. But somewhere around there, and I had the whole hut set with the lifting doors and all that. It's still in my kid's room somewhere. It always been tied, and that's where my mind goes.
I think it's a good spot.
Totally understandable, and this is such an interesting toyetic trailer and film because Mando and Grogu are some of the most produced toys, and at least in the shots that they've shown us of Mando, we don't have much variety yet for them to make a brand new Mando. We've got Grogu where he's got the shield on the outside. So on one hand, you get a little bit of that sort of kickback of like, well, the new characters, there's not much to do with toys, but then almost everything else in the trailer is like, ooh, especially that live action Embo.
But if they put out a new Grogu with just that Yoda cane next to it, you'd be right there with it. I mean, see, Ken is in a wonderful place right now where he's purging, but for those of us who haven't convinced ourselves to enter that space, it's bad. But I don't need another Grogu, but I'm going to get one if he comes out.
Yeah, I need to be clear, Will. I am purging. I am releasing some of my collection. I'm trying to sell a lot of it. And once you do it once, it gets easier. However, every time I'm in a store that has a toy aisle, I turn the corner and go there. This isn't like get the toys out. This is like I guess because of some circumstances I need to cut it a little bit. I will fall for toys all the time.
You take the
All the time.
obligatory walk. We got to go check out the.
You got to check it out.
Sadly,
Never
it's getting shorter and shorter.
It is
how long it takes to get through that section, but
Yep.
Yeah. And I for me, part of the toy experience isn't just, obviously I do like owning them and displaying them and talking about them, but part of it is tying it to the sort of cultural experience of the movie and the fan experience of the movie. And, I'm going to pick up that Mando and Grogu with the deluxe sticker on it, even though there's not much different except for he comes with that sword that I'm fascinated by. And it's got a sticker that says deluxe. I gotta have it because it's a part of this moment.
Love it. Great. Well, I love it. Look, toys are why we're here. So if that's the favorite part of the trailer, it means the trailer's doing its job, I think.
Agreed.
There we go. All right. Well, thanks for checking in. Exciting. Yeah. You see, every time I get those launches of the new things, Joseph, it's just like there might be one time that I have to break, have to get something.
Yeah, it is hard. It's hard to pick. Like I'm running out of space, so I have to be very choosy about which ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know. I might, maybe I'll pre-order something live on the stream, and that will make me feel better.
Yes, absolutely. And we don't even know all the characters. There could be hot callus for Mandalorian Grogu. There's my prediction. Jar Jar with arms wide open. Very good. All right, let's go to a call. Like I said up top here, we're taking your favorite moments from the Mandalorian Grogu trailer. We have our regulars, and I want to make. I think I came off a little wrong in the Discord today. I was like, we have our regulars, but I wanted some new voices today, which was not a slight on regulars. Every bar needs Cliff and Norm. I'm just saying, I'd love to. Let's have some new folks check in, and one of the folks checking in as a first time, long time, as they always joke about in radio. It is the wonderful Amaranth. So happy to have you here. Welcome to the show.
Thanks. Can you guys hear me? Okay.
You're loud.
And yeah. Great to see you.
Excellent. It's great to see you guys too. I, am a regular in the sort of lurking sense, and I only joined Discord like maybe, I don't know, a year or two ago. But yes, I needed the challenge. So, Ken started it, and then everyone kind of picked up on it. And so I was like, all right. What's funny is they just happen to be wearing the same sweatshirt that I'm wearing in the little thumbnail on my profile photo on YouTube and in Discord. So there's no guessing who I am. It's easily identifiable.
It's branding. It's good branding.
Yes. I'm very on brand today.
Very good. I had a meeting and I was shocked that the person just looked exactly like their avatar because, we don't always, even if it's just a camera angle, we don't always necessarily look like our avatar.
Right.
And I was like,
right.
You look like your avatar. And he's like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? It's like, I meant it nice.
It's not like your passport photo where if you start to look like it, it's time to go home.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely. Well done. Well, we appreciate your years of support and your years of lurking, but you're here now. And Amaranth, we want to hear your favorite moment from the Mandalorian and Grogu trailer or favorite moments.
So I will say my favorite moment is a montage of 3 scenes.
Love it.
2 of Grogu on his own with the little gimmer stick wizard staff and meditating on the tree branch. And then the Mandalorian plucking him out of the water like they're at an Aquatots lesson. And the voiceover, the kid will live centuries beyond me. I won't always be around to protect him. Now, I'm not a parent, but I am set to be the primary caregiver for my brother when my mom's gone. And that moment just struck me. I mean, I'm sure, well, I've heard you guys say like you're not parents either. And it really struck you. Like it was just poignant. And I'm working on elevator pitches so that I can evangelize the Mandalorian and Grogu for everyone. And, the same pitch doesn't work for everyone. So, but this will definitely be worked into the one geared towards families. You want to hear it?
Please.
Yeah.
Okay.
Elevator going up.
Mandalorians have a saying, Ali Orishia Taldin, and my apologies for the pronunciation, but it means family is more than blood. Din Djarin and Din Grogu are now officially a family, And the Beskar-clad dad is coming to terms with the fact that his son will live centuries beyond him. But how do you teach morality to a child of two religions? What criteria should they use to tell a bad person from a good one? And how do you distinguish between those who preach justice and those who are actually seeking it?
You're the host of the show now. We're going to
Well, you can tell that the families that I'll be speaking to are either activists or have a religious bent, because that's a lot of the people in my community.
I think that's great. Do you find like that when you were I was gonna say preaching, when you were elevator preaching to those kind of folks, are they sometimes in that space where they don't think of Star Wars as having that kind of depth?
Yes, often. And they're already rolling their eyes because I actually am perceived as a preacher, probably because I have the cadence, because my dad was a preacher.
Okay.
And my mom was a teacher. So I'm already a bit of an insufferable know-it-all. And so they're already pre-rolling their eyes, and then they're like, sure. But then if they listen, they're usually surprised. Well, now the people who've heard me talk before know not to dismiss Star Wars, at least around me. So,
right.
Perhaps I've made some inroads, or perhaps they've just censored themselves.
Yeah. Well, I think that's great. Not a surprise with us loving themes, but I think it's so important about the way people go into something. I think when kids are handed Hamlet and they're told this is one of the greatest pieces of literature ever, even if they roll their eyes, the question that's formed in their mind is, I'm looking for what makes it so great, instead of they just found it somewhere and they're like, what is this indecipherable poetry? They're looking for depth. And I think about that so much of like, how can you train your mind to always be open to the fact that this might be the next Hamlet? And I think that's a thing that Star Wars really comes up against, because of people it's just booms and nostalgia. It's explosions and laser swords and repetition and dynasty. I got it. Like, your pitch really, I think, encourages people to go like, but what's it about? And that's so important.
Yeah. Well, I learned some of that from listening to you guys all these years, just talking about you have to be open to the story that's presented to you. You may have preconceived notions, speculating irresponsibly and getting set on those things, especially over a lifetime of playing with your action figures and making up scenarios and writing fanfic and all these other things. But you have to be open to what it presents you. And I tell people, I dreamed up a lot of things, but actually I'm glad that the things that I dreamed up didn't end up getting on the screen, because what I dreamed is much more profound and also much more absurd, to use Joseph's dichotomy there.
Yeah.
Both of those delightful things. It goes way beyond the sequel that my dad and I wrote together on the big tablet with the giant pencil, about Luke going to the planet Xerxes and having it's much better than that.
It's amazing. No, I love the way your elevator pitch is got me sold. I was already buying in, but I think it's so much of what's there, and I love that sequence you're talking about. I think in looking for either a thumbnail or a clip or something, I was scanning through images last night of the trailer, and that serene shot of Grogu on, Joseph and I are hoping it's Yothon, the fabled planet we've created, but like it was, it warmed my heart. Also, I think that could be Grogu challenging something about him. Who knows? It could be an open door to characters we want in the film, all that kind of things. But it also just speaks to what's going on, his growth, his absolute growth, and that line of Grogu's going to live beyond him by centuries. Din has accepted this role at this point, right? That's kind of the journey. Do I want to be a parent? No, I am a parent. This is something I was talking off air with our buddy Alden Diaz, because someone we had known mutually had kind of snarkily posted after the trailer, like, this would have been so much better if this came after season 2. And it's like, maybe the movie would have been after that if we didn't know what happened and Luke took him, but he didn't. And the movie we have now is dealing with what we do have about the journey with Din and Din Grogu, Din Djarin and Din Grogu of all right, now I'm a parent. And what does that actually mean? I've accepted this role. We're a family. that comes with its own weight. That comes with its own problems. That comes with its own questions and growth. So you're right there. You're hitting the core theme, I think.
Yeah. And I don't think you're alone in being just excited about just those images in the trailer, because I think there's some of the there's lots to be excited about in lots of the images, but those really speak to a kind of a different flavor that we haven't spent as much time with in The Mandalorian, with so heavily fantasy.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm with you guys on the hope that some of this meditation will give us scenes of his rescue and what came later and certain characters. And yeah, maybe that's a long shot. I might introduce that. I have another long shot that will not probably appear, but I would love to see Boba. I mean, thematically, he also has daddy issues, and and I am a sucker for a good redemption story, so I love Boba. So, and his bromance with Din Djarin, it just makes my heart sing. So that's my, like, I mean, obviously there are other things that I think are more likely to happen than that, but that's my long shot.
Sure.
That would be really cool. And the father issue connection is so great, because obviously I think Grogu is afraid of losing Din. So imagining Boba sitting there telling Grogu, "Want to know what happened to my dad?" Grogu's poor eyes.
He picks up
Get ready.
Mando's helmet, just like
Yes.
Oh.
Terrifying.
That's amazing. Hey, I think it's a long shot too for many reasons, but also there could be there's possibly the possibility of surprises exist in this film, because we do know so little, and it was filmed so fast and under cover of studio. I don't know, like it just seems like we know less about it, and that's even hard to do in this age where scoopers are hiding in parking lots and everything. So we'll see.
Yeah, and we don't know. Tim could have a really good poker face when asked about this at conventions. So perhaps.
Yeah, perhaps. That's the one thing I will say. I don't know about his poker face, but we'll see. We'll see. Amaranth, long time coming. This is a great call. Please do us a favor. Become a regular caller. All right.
I will. I've broken the seal.
There you go. That's all you need. There you go.
Thank you.
Beautiful. Wonderful stuff there. We got calls from Addie, Jedi James, Ethan lined up here, Jacob and Cam as well behind that. Checking comments and seeing anything there. Super chat here from Jedi Genasi. Been a very tough day. Grateful to have the show to provide some much needed reprieve tonight. May the force be with you. Well, I feel you. We all we're sliding into the end of the week, and I've had so much fun this week, Joseph, just like living in the joy of that trailer. Always time to be critical, always time to wonder, always time to worry about the business. Got it. But it brought some Star Wars joy, which is why we show up here week after week, year after year.
Absolutely. It has been a very joyful time. And I know there's going to be some negativity about the trailer and about the film, but I've seen much more positivity. I saw that Amaranth's shirt from Avatar is Smokey, and I'm drinking out of a Smokey the Bear mug today. No whiskey today, just some tea from Smokey. So even more things to be joyful about.
It's a tea day. It's a tea. I know. Everyone makes fun of us. It's like 53 here today, and I've got the hand sleeves on. I'm trying to stay warm. So
yeah, there was a moment this week where I talked to my dad in Minnesota, and it was like 53 there and 54 here, and it's so warm in Minnesota and so cold here, and that's just the way it is.
Just the way it is.
From my point of view, it's cold. From your point of view, it's fiery hot.
Only weathermen deal in absolutes, Anakin. Shout out to Igor the Mad. Thank you for the generous super chat. The editing of this trailer was superb. The opening shots of the ships really set the feeling of big screen cinema. Yeah, I love it. It's in the thumbnail for this episode right now. The shots of the X-wings and a Y-wing. I got corrected last week. I see it now. And then again, I don't want to give too much air to the snark, Joseph, but like it was weird to say. Someone was like, and tweet maybe went, or the post went somewhat viral. Who knows? Maybe y'all have seen it, but like someone was like, they shared a shot of this opening trailer image and was like, we've reached the point where Star Wars is now bringing back nostalgia from Force Awakens. And then someone was like, hey, but it's also from Apocalypse Now. And I just like in the face of all this joy, stuff like that just seems even more pathetic too. Like, yeah, no, we get it. It's a reference to Apocalypse Now. It was also used in Force Awakens. These are film buffs. Jon Favreau loves film. Like, of course. Don't live in that. Don't live in that energy.
Also, a shot that is powerful because it makes you feel a certain thing. A lot of people have talked about it being cinematic because it is a big wide shot, but it makes you feel a connection to nature. The contrast between nature and these bird-like creatures, there's a sense of them coming to do something momentous and important. Like the shot, I don't know the context of the film, but the shot has meaning. Right. And that's sometimes why filmmakers, are inspired by a shot and reuse it in a different context to make it their own.
Yeah. Yeah. And just also occasionally have some goddamn fun making movies.
What?
Come on. All right. We had one person who was a child of a teacher and a pastor. Now we're going to go to a teacher as well, a resident professor of smart things, Dr. Addie here as well. Addie, how are you today?
I'm processing the fact that we can be nostalgic for things that happened 10 years ago.
It kind of, it's possible. Makes sense. Mm-hmm. Makes sense. If babies can be nostalgic for 6 months ago, I suppose we can.
The pureed member berries, as somebody said in the chat.
Yeah. Well, Addie, what'd you love about this trailer?
Well, I mean, the cheating answer is everything, but specifically the moment that I'm sure like a lot of people would say was what are you waiting for? Get in. And Grogu jumps into the pram and we're back to pram Grogu. I love all of the modes of transportation that Grogu has had for the seasons. The IG nanny bot in particular was just, but I really loved, if we're going to talk about nostalgia, I really loved that nostalgic callback to season 1 of him just zooming in his pram and Mando Daddy flying after him. Like, that's so. And it also, the shot of him going down the tunnel also gave me some like Attack of the Clones vibes of the speeder chase through Coruscant. And that just kind of like got me because as we have established, I'm weird and Attack of the Clones is my favorite Star Wars movie.
Yay!
If you're weird, it's a weird party. Let's do it.
There is a lot of nostalgia wrapped up in that choice. I will own that.
Sure.
It's the first one I saw in a movie theater, but and I won tickets on the radio to see it.
What did you do? Did you answer a trivia question or just call in at the right time? Or
I think I had to be a certain number caller. It was all I remember is that it was very early in the morning. I was making breakfast for my brother and I because my parents weren't home and my brother was like in charge. And so he had to drive downtown and pick up the tickets and he and I got to go see it. And it was like an early screening. The movie wasn't out yet.
Wow. So you knew about Yoda and the lightsaber before other people.
Yeah.
Wow. What responsibility.
It was 2002. There was no social media to spoil it on.
Well, you could have joined Friendster and then no one would have known what you were doing.
Maybe Live Journal? Is that?
Live Journal. Yeah, there you go. I love this moment, Addie. You actually made me think of it in a way I hadn't thought of it yet, of not only maybe our nostalgia for 2019, which is a real thing. It's a long time ago. 2019 is a long time ago in my book. But for Grogu, just there is this moment of joy of like, hey, Dad, what do you think? Yeah, get in there. Do it. Yay. I'm riding my bike again. Like, I think that's something I hadn't thought of just from Grogu's perspective.
Yeah, to me, it feels like such like it is nostalgic, but it is also that sort of fun growth because I think he kind of hid a lot in the pram earlier. And this was like, I'm going to hot wire this to go as fast as I can. This isn't a thing for safety anymore. This is, a hot rod to get me where I need to go. Yeah.
This one doesn't have a lid. It doesn't have a lid that I can be like, whoop.
Yeah.
Yes.
Great. Love it. Wonderful moment. Any other moment jump out to you that you want to share?
I mean, the marketing team can see me coming. I'm a Grogu sucker, because I'm a cute thing sucker. And the tag, the why don't we save these for later? And in particular, or after dinner, or whatever he says, in particular, the little look that they managed to get that puppet to give of like, and then he takes the bite anyway. I don't have children, but I have nieces and nephews. I have seen that face before.
Yeah.
It's just so perfect.
It is. And look, there's going to be a point in time if we continue with these characters or some of the characters or whatever it may be, there'll be a time where, we might see older Grogu. And I'm looking forward to that. But I am glad that we're still in a space of a young 50-year-old Grogu, 51, 52-year-old Grogu is there. We can get those moments. It really works for me on a humor level. All right. Addie, great moments.
Yep.
Just
here for Grogu. Just here
for Grogu.
Grogu and Pedro Pascal's face. That is what will get my butt in the movie theater.
Indeed. Even if that mask is yanked off. All right. Thank you, Dr. Addie. We appreciate you.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Signing off. Yeah, I hadn't thought about the pram. It's good. Just so used to seeing the pram in my heart and soul. I'll be excited.
Yeah, I love it. I mean, yeah, and maybe he's trying to return it to the Rodian baby.
Maybe that happens at the end credits, maybe. We're here live still, ForceCenter now on a Friday, like we like to do. And we're taking your favorite Mandalorian and Grogu trailer moments. And next up, we got Jedi James, and we got Ethan, Jacob, and Cameron behind that for a batting order, so I don't catch you all off guard. Let's bring in Jedi James. Wait, someone just... oh, no, Addie does. I thought someone disappeared. No, Jedi James is here next. Pay no attention to me. How are you doing, James?
I'm like Din Djarin right now. What are you waiting for? Give me this Griffin movie.
It's right there. Before we know it, what moments in the trailer jumped out to you?
They were kind of talked about already, but I have to talk about them. It's first of all, I love how the trailer had like an, dare I say, epic version of the Mandalorian theme when it constantly just kept going like do 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 do. I just loved hearing it done in that new tune. It just really made it feel like this is a different kind of part of the story, especially coming on the big screen. But I just really loved the moments with Grogu when he's walking in the forest, when he's with this mysterious, bizarre lizard creature, asking him if he's scared. Yeah. I loved him meditating, and I just loved that moment where he and Din are flying together, quite frankly, at the very end of the trailer, because what it all just kind of marks for me is how far this character has come. And you all have talked about before about how when you watched Empire Strikes Back for the first time, or you came to understand it, forgive me if I'm misquoting, but just how like so much was achieved by Mark Hamill interacting with the Muppet, and how much emotion and theme and depth was conveyed with that. And it's something I always understood as a kid, but I just never really stopped to think about the technical side of it. It just kind of was always that for me. So now I feel like I'm kind of getting that now with this, where we have seen so much growth, so much journey, so much depth of emotion from a small little green puppet and his big daddy in a giant metal suit. And I'm just amazed by how much they have conveyed by that, it flabbergasts me. It really does. So just to see Grogu go from this scared little force sensitive boy who has years of trauma and blackout behind him to now where he calmed a Rancor, he is meditating, he is doing things on his own. People have talked about he is doing so much on his own in these previous two trailers, and he is not just hiding in a pram, as you say. He is zooming right there with his Mandalorian daddy. He is armoring up, saluting, and he is ready to go. And that, I'm just so excited to keep seeing the evolution of this character and just seeing the bond between them grow. And just that line between Din, like he's not going to be there forever. It hit me very hard, but I just have strong faith that there's going to be sadness, but they're going to come out with hope and strength and happiness that this connection happened at all, rather than the grief that will come one day, and Grogu will have to deal with it, but that doesn't matter anymore, like you said. here and now is what matters. And I'm just excited, guys. This looks like such a blast of a time.
And a heartfelt film coming our way.
Yeah. I love your focus on the expanding palette of Grogu's expression. Because I do think that this film, he's the character who has the most room to grow. Din still got some growing to do, and I think the trailer did such a good job of putting us into his headspace of like, this ain't gonna last forever, and I'm not gonna be here for him forever. But Grogu's the one who needs to, face his trauma. And yes, to see that they are showing us in the trailer, they're like, we can do anything with this baby. This baby can express anything.
It makes me thankful for Werner Herzog saying cowards use the practical baby. I know CGI and effects in a lot of ways that they're making it come to life, but I appreciate that more and more. Yeah, it really works. Really works. Yeah, I was just rewatching season 1, chapter 2. Had that on the other day. I was doing some work too, and just the whole Din repairing his armor and Grogu first trying to use the Force on him. It's the suspension of disbelief is so easy. I don't even think about it. There you go. Great stuff, James.
It's truly amazing.
Yeah, great stuff indeed, and a heartfelt film coming our way. I think so. I appreciate it.
I truly believe so, because you talk about how most of this reaction has been good. It's definitely been there, but we see the things, and I've seen them too. I've seen a video saying this is unnecessary. I've seen a video saying this is a mistake. Or I even just recently I saw a post. It wasn't even a mean post, but it was like, it said, Andor is the Star Wars we could be getting. This is what we are getting, in a very derogatory way. And I'm just like, you don't need something to be adult to be good. And I really just wish more people would get that, because open your heart to joy. That's all I'm going to say. Well, I have joy for this movie coming. I'm excited.
Yeah. As do we. Good stuff. Good points. Thanks, James, for calling it today.
Thank you for having me on.
Of course.
All right. Joy. It's a good thing. Hey, looking around the world right now, a little joy about connection and generational exchange and adventure.
Yeah.
For good. Yeah.
Maybe Grogu will do some figure skating, because that's the other thing that's been bringing myself and lots of other people joy this week. Absolutely. We have what's your name? The gold medal winner talking Jedi, right? Yeah. Absolutely. All right, calls rolling in here. We got Ethan, we got Jacob, Cam looks on audio, and Elias as well. Ethan calling in today. Oh, Svetnik1138 is also what we know him as. Hey, buddy.
Hey, how are you guys?
Good. How are you?
Great.
Doing great. Well, one of the things I wanted to talk about, Amaranth talked about as well, the voiceover in the trailer. So, I have some things to say about that, but let's. I want to talk about the helmet coming off.
Okay.
Because
hit me.
Yeah, I watched it. It's like I was on my way to a job when my phone went off with the notification that the trailer was there. And so I was sitting in a parking lot, landscape mode, watching it on my phone, and the helmet came off, and I was literally shocked. I literally was like, oh my gosh. It was, I was not expecting that. Afterwards, I thought, well, of course, they've got to have Pedro,
sure.
They have to have him in the trailer to sell the thing, right? But I was I was shocked that they showed it, just because that's a major thing for the character.
Yeah.
We had a whole thing about how he, took off his helmet and had to atone for it and everything over the show. And that's something really meaningful for him. And to show, can you imagine if we didn't know that was going to happen and it happened in the movie? That would be that's a really big moment just to show in a trailer.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joseph. Yeah.
Oh, no, I was just going to say that it is interesting that they chose to show us what appears to be the helmet ripping off, and maybe it'll be tweaked by the time the film comes out. But yeah, it's one thing to just show us that we're going to have some FaceTime with Din, but to imply in the trailer that it is such a violation to have it removed when captured is a really different beat than just showing us hey, there's going to be some scenes where he doesn't have the helmet on, and we wouldn't have a context for the why. But with the context of the why, it makes it much meatier.
Yeah. Because, because the times that we've seen him without it, it's been voluntary. And there, if I remember right, whenever the armorer kind of gives the, I don't know, worthiness interview, the, have you ever removed your helmet? Has it ever been removed by others? That's kind of a major part of it there. So I don't know if I really have too much more really to say on that specifically, but I was shocked.
Would you be
Which I've
interested
said like
in
10 times now? But yeah,
would you be interested to see this sort of storytelling with Din's relationship to the helmet ethos evolve, or do you feel like we've covered it?
I feel like, well, speaking from, I guess, my own experience with working through, I guess, what you could call religious trauma and coming out into different sides, there are levels to it. Like there are like steps. Sometimes you feel like you've like made a breakthrough, and then other times you feel like you kind of step back and then you make a new breakthrough. So, season 3, he ends feeling like, okay, like I've atoned and I'm here and like I'm okay. And I believe what I would believe and everything else. Maybe in this movie, he comes to a new realization and decides, you know what, I can be a Mandalorian without, I can be a Mandalorian without the helmet. Who knows? Maybe they steal the helmet from him, and the whole there's a whole section of the movie where he does not have it.
Yeah,
and he literally has to come to the conclusion that he can be a Mandalorian without it. Who knows?
It's a pro wrestling angle. They stole my helmet. We got to get him back. We'll settle
and
this.
There'll be a moment where he goes for the headbutt and it doesn't work. Just to kind of, I guess, wrap it up for me. Like I said, Amaranth talked about it, but the kid will live centuries beyond me. I won't always be around to protect him. I am a parent, and that hit me really hard. I said it in the Discord, and I've said it in other places, like to other people, like in real life and everything too. I am going to be sitting between my two boys in the theater. I am probably going to bawl my eyes out at some point during this movie.
Right.
And for a lot of different reasons, but it's going to be the first Star Wars movie that Dad hasn't seen that they will see in the theaters. So we'll be experiencing it for the first time together.
Oh, wow.
So great. It's going to be really great.
Wonderful.
But that's really about all I've got to say.
Love it. No, wonderful stuff indeed. I agree with Kenobi Stan. The look Pedro gives the Hutts as they threaten Grogu with suffering was the whole trailer for me. On rewatch, that's one of the moments I think I forgot to even kind of bring up on our show this week. It's intense. Pedro's glare is cinematic.
Yeah.
That's where I'm going with that. Yeah.
Yeah, and I could see that being a shift to the helmet thing of like normally he would be concerned about that, but just like I can't be concerned about anything but Grogu, and that kind of thing. When somebody you love is in trouble and all of your needs and wants just melt away, and you're just there for the people who need you. Yeah,
indeed. Great stuff, Ethan. Appreciate you sharing that. And you have to give us the update once you see it with your boys and how many tears you cried.
I might have them record something, and if I might send it to you, and if you like it, you can play it.
There you go. Appreciate that, Ethan. Thank you.
Thanks,
you for calling in, buddy.
See you guys.
I want to pull this up again from Lydia Osmo, who says, I keep thinking Din will have to deal with the possibility of never seeing Grogu's face again should Grogu become a full member of the Children of the Watch. What does Grogu think about that? Yeah, I mean, some very that is very powerful to imagine the helmet coming over his little face.
Yeah, I love that. I love that cute little helmet too. But I like where we end up. Yeah. Looking forward to doing the kind of a deeper dive rewatch, even just on my own. Whether we do cover things on ForceCenter, what we're putting together in the road to Mandalorian, but just like Haven't watched a couple of those episodes the last couple of days. Like I'm like, yeah, I want to take it all in and kind of see where we landed. And remind myself of the journey that all these characters have been on and where that's going to take us into this film. Gonna be fun. Gonna be fun. All right, we got Jacob, we got Elias. Cameron was in there too. But if you want to come back, Cam, let us know. Jacob calling in here today. Jacob, how you doing, buddy?
Doing pretty good. Not necessarily a regular, but not a first-time caller either.
It's a good mix.
Yeah.
You're here.
First off, I want to just point out I brought out the shirt for the occasion.
Nice. Nice.
Nice.
Grogu merch is strong. Love it. Grogu wins. Well,
Does that say I'm the favorite child? Is that what it says?
Yeah.
I'm the favorite child. Yes, I made my mom buy that for me. Pissed off my brothers.
What are the other shirts? Are there other shirts in the line? Is it like, an Ewok or something, number 2, or a Porg? Is it just that?
I don't know.
Well, what do you know about the trailer and what you loved about it?
So there's lots of great moments, but what I really appreciate about the trailer is there's lots of great things to talk about as we've seen, but it didn't reveal anything like what actually is going to happen all that much. But I just to bring up what is my favorite moment, or what really startled me, I guess, is Embo. I brought up before, I am the child of the Clone Wars generation.
Love it.
And I heard after the fact that there were rumors that Embo was going to be in it, but I had no idea at all until I saw the trailer. So that was a big surprise for me. And in Book of Boba Fett, I appreciated what they did with Cad Bane, but I have to admit that the look wasn't quite right, and same for the Grand Inquisitor in the Kenobi show. But they just, I guess it's just one little shot, so it's hard to judge it against that. But Embo just looks perfect, like pulled right out of the Clone Wars and just dropped right here.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting comparison because not as much of Embo's face is showing in his normal look, right? And he might be more, he might be more in the Jar Jar mold, whereas the other two characters, Cad Bane and Grand Inquisitor, are like people in masks. So it might be interesting, that live action isn't as different to animated as some of those other characters.
Yeah, that's a good point. The mask thing, and also as far as we know, I don't think he speaks Basic at all, so it's going to be just like language barrier too.
Yeah.
As long as we get one hat throw, I'll be satisfied.
I just feel like Filoni has to know. I'm sure whatever fun conversation happens with Favreau and Filoni, I'm sure at this point Favreau's like, "Hey, I want a bounty hunter. Which one?" And Filoni's like, "Embo." But he has to know. Like, come on, you got to do some hatch hijinks. It's good stuff.
You can't do without it.
It's a shield, it's a sled, it's an offensive weapon, it's a plate. You can eat off it. There's so many things you can do with that.
Do you
Bringing
think
up the fact that it's a shield makes me think, like, what if there's a shootout between him and Din, and they both just like shield each other, like with the hat,
just running at each other, shooting each other's heads. Yeah.
Hat sled. Do you think when this, because this fictional meeting absolutely happened in my brain, where John's like, "Hey, Dave, I need a bounty hunter," and Dave goes Embo, and then he has like a PowerPoint of like all the uses of the helmet, and John's like, "Oh, okay, yeah, this is fun. Yeah, we can do that. We can do that. Absolutely."
My version of this scene is Dave just like pulls out a Embo action figure that he just has with him,
just like shows him playing with your action figures. Indeed. No, I'm excited for Embo. I when it was first kind of rumored, it was like, okay, that's a I don't want to say inside baseball choice. That's not necessarily true, but it's definitely going to have to introduce this character to a larger audience. And his vision, the vision of what it looks like, I think does that. The moment he walks on screen, I think you're going to get it. I think people are going to discover and love to root against this character. All right.
There is one more thing I also wanted to bring up, and I brought up this theory in the Discord too. So we know that the swampy planet probably is going to be Nal Hutta, and so I brought up this theory that what if the cityscape that we see is the moon Nar Shaddaa?
Yeah,
that would be interesting to see both of those on screen in live action.
Yeah, I think in long time coming in some ways, right? This is planets that we've known, seen in other spots, and this is a cinematic way to debut them to the larger audience.
Yeah, that's really exciting because some of that stuff, speaking from my own perspective as an original trilogy fan, like I'd read about some of these planets in expanded universe book or on the back of a trading card or whatever. When I first watched the Clone Wars, it was like, we can go there. We can go to where the Hutts live. Amazing. So I'm, I always want people to have watched the Clone Wars or watched the animated series, but I'm also excited for people who, haven't got to go to some of these places to see them on the big screen. Same thing with Embo. Like, I'm so excited for those of us who love him, but I'm also excited for people who are like, that's a cool design and a cool voice, and look at all the things he can do with a hat. They didn't know what they were missing in their lives.
Indeed. Great stuff, Jacob. We appreciate you. Appreciate you calling in. Regular or not, glad you're here. All right. We are rolling here for a couple more minutes. Great stuff today from all of you, as always. Catching up with some comments here. Chris checking in from Broaxium. The Weathers Apollo part. Yes. What is it? A little shot of a sign above a door, right?
Yep. Or a bench above the door that one of the other the creature making trouble on the city planet.
Yeah, making trouble, you street tough. Apollo Creed Carl Weathers was a childhood hero of mine. I can't watch Rocky IV anymore. I get it. Having him be part of Star Wars was incredible for me. Yeah, to say just, a lot of us grew up with Carl Weathers from, whatever your upbringing, whatever your perspective, Carl went to a lot of different spots, including to the early 2000s TV comedy scene. But so a great loss, both just as a human and those that knew him and love him, but a great loss for us. But thrilled to have him, have had him, right? And I'm excited to see how they not beyond this. I think they'll pay some tribute to him.
I think since we've got confirmation of seeing them on Navarro, I think that we will get some memorializing of the character of Greef Karga, as well as that great shout out in the Orabash, because he deserves to be celebrated.
Wave your little magic hands. It's that whole sequence is still classic there. As well, let's see. We got that comment from Lydia. We got some questions there. Oh, you put this one aside. What I don't recall. Detective McCarlson says I need to call in so I can at least make sure Joseph doesn't think I'm dumb after Monday. Did we think you were dumb?
No. I think the detective was one of the people in chat who kindly pointed out that sword that Mando comes with probably isn't Beskar. So I am thankful for people pointing that out.
See, there you go, detective. You're a good detective. Let's take a call here from Elias. Then we'll start working towards the end of the show here. Elias, fellow Beanie Man, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you guys?
Good.
We're great.
So
what we got? What's your favorite moment?
We're talking favorite trailer moments. So it's got to be Grogu doing the cat swipes on the buttons.
Yeah.
I mean, I love that. I love it.
Yeah. What is it? What does it elicit in you? What when you see it? Because I totally get where you're coming from. I just think Grogu is so goddamn cute, and I want more of this. So,
well, he reminds me of a kitten that's mischievous. He just does all the stuff that kittens do. But he's got a devious side. I mean, I'll be honest. I just turned 50 recently, and I kind of feel like I got so much in common with Grogu.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're the same age.
I like to slap buttons and mess with people. I like to eat macarons, but I gotta watch how many I eat these days.
I agree. Man,
I don't have anybody pulling them out of my hands. That's what I need.
I love that. You're inspiring me. I'm about 6 weeks or so away from that age, and I'm going to start slapping some buttons.
There we go.
It's all button slapping from 50.
From there on out.
I say it's a 51-year-old. I love everybody's pointing out different moments of Grogu, and I love how complex a character he is. That he can still be childlike and playful, but he's got this kind of Zen energy he got from Luke, but he's kind of independent, but he still needs his dad, and it's so human. You get 50 years old and you still hit buttons like a cat sometimes. We're all complicated.
And yeah, no, Elias, you could share some other moments after this, but I love you bringing it up too, because in this big, epic trailer that's announcing a big, fun, heartfelt movie coming, like, you can't forget what brought you to the dance, and it is truly Grogu. I mean, there's so much more to the success of the show, but it is truly Grogu, and those little tiny moments that we all just kind of love, and it melted our hearts. Then it's going to keep it. It's going to be like a reminder. I think even this trailer for me was like a reminder of all the things I've been wondering about, and the themes and all the breakdowns we do in ForceCenter. It's also like, he's a pretty funny, mischievous kid. It's going to be a fun to experience that again. Love that.
Yeah. Who doesn't want a baby Grogu or a Grogu in their house, a live one, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm watching one sleep on the floor beneath me now. Oh, Franny. Yes, indeed. Any other moments jump out to you before we let you go?
Well, the angry glare from the helmetless Din Djarin, that moment's gonna be awesome. That's gonna be awesome.
Yeah.
I got a question for you guys. Is the astromech droid at the very beginning, is that R2D2?
I thought so, but no, I've been freeze framing that, and it is so hard to see the lighting. I think it looks blue at first, then it looks not as blue. So yeah, I don't know if I'd put money on it either way at this point for myself.
Yeah, I'm kind of in that as well. And your first reaction, I was like, "Oh, cool, like a red astromech," and then I think R2 started going around the internet, and I was like, "Oh yeah, it would make sense if it was R2." And then we talked about the possibilities, and R2 has a place in this story for sure. So, yeah, I hope. I hope R2's in it. Who doesn't love Grogu? Who doesn't love a good R2 sighting? So that's good. But I also love that there are many more astromechs to fall in love with.
That's true.
Yeah. But yeah, I agree. That Kenobi stands. It kind of has a red coloring on some of the
lights I think in the beginning of the shot, because it's in shadows, it looked like dark blue to me, but then right at the last frame, it starts to look red, and agree with Kenobi Stan on that. So I think I'm also just really interested too of how they're going to want to make this very easy for people who haven't watched the show to also enjoy. So that, hey, this baby's also hung out with Luke Skywalker might be a little bit hard for them to communicate to people who are just tuning in, but who knows?
Yeah, indeed. Nicholas kind of beat me. I was like, it's R5. Maybe it's like a son of R5, R5.1. Elias, thanks for calling. I appreciate you sharing this, and we'll catch up with you down the line. All right, we got one more call here. I think it's going to be audio only. Let me get that set up there, and then we'll get on out of here, unless I've missed. Well, there's this question from Oliver. This would be a great way to end the show for us here, Joseph, you and I. We got Brady. Brady calling in. Brady. How you doing, buddy?
Hello. Long-time listener. I haven't called in a while, actually.
You haven't called in a while. What mysterious place you calling in from today? It's a little wishy-washy.
I am somewhere. I have friends everywhere.
Love it.
You're not in like a car trunk or anything, are you? Do we need to be worried?
No, nothing like that.
Okay, good.
Okay. We'll talk about what you loved in the trailer.
Just the entire concept of the buff Hutt, Embo the Hutt, and Rada. I just want to know. What creatine he takes. Does he skip? Is he able to skip leg day? What does he bench? I just want to know.
Well, he doesn't have to do leg day. He can maybe do tail day, but he can go. He can just work on the glory muscles. It's similar to Gracchus the Hutt. If you remember Gracchus from the comics, the Poe Dameron run. He doesn't have to. It's all on the glory muscles.
I want to know his workout routine. God, this entire concept is,
yeah, it'd be amazing if he's just like, he is quite slow like his father. It's just his arms, because he's been doing nothing but curls, no core work whatsoever.
Oh, sounds like Brady's breaking into cars. Car alarms are going off. You need to run, Brady? You good? You good?
No. Yeah, I'm near a garage. I'm sorry about that.
No, you're all good. I tease. So Rada the Hutt. How? We'll just go straight predictions with you, Brady. How many minutes of screen time does Rada get, and how many minutes of screen time do you want Rada to have?
I want Rada to be one of the main characters. He's like one of the, the big three of the movie. I have a feeling he might be just a 10-minute, like a memorable 10-minute, from Rada, an important character in like the second, and then Grogu in the third act. But I want him to be one of the main characters. Him and Zeb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't talked much about Zeb. That's but he's that's great. No, I agree with that there. Yeah, I kind of think it might be. I mean, again, early. I don't even care about the early rumors, but like, it might have been more of a MacGuffin in the plot, whatever it might be. But I can live. I'm at peace with that. Rada is a part of a great big cool set piece at one point in the movie.
Mm-hmm. Important comment from Vulcan Nerd here. 2 suns out, 2 guns out.
Swallow the hut.
Okay, you know what? We need to have like Predator 2. We have Rada and Zeb. They do the little handshake and they just flex their muscles. We need that.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Over the top. They can just be arm wrestling.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm on board for that. I'm on board for that too. That's wonderful. Wonderful. Well, great answer there. Anything else, Brady, while I have you, before you run out of the parking structure? Any other part of the trailer you like?
No, just a short call. Just want to give love to the muscle dudes, the himbos.
Yep. Big ups to the himbos. That's right. Star Wars lesson. Brady, as always, we appreciate you calling in, buddy.
All right. See you later.
All right. There we go. All right. Starting to wrap it up.
I've never skipped leg day.
No, absolutely not. Mm-mm. See, I work it in every day so that I don't have to have one day dedicated to it. That's my strategy, everybody. We'll see if Rada the Hutt. Eat your vegetables at every meal. There you go. Mm-hmm. But small portions of it, so you don't overwhelm by the broccoli. The question I was mentioning, I think you set aside here, Joseph Oliver writes, I know you guys mentioned this earlier this week, but I'm really hoping for some first words from Grogu. What do you think he might say? Yes. This is a big question. I don't know if I have my answer, but where do you go?
Yeah, I think something this meaningful, which sounds like, well, yeah. But I mean, it could be played for laughs. And a lot of times, baby's first words are played for laughs, and Grogu certainly is funny and charming. But I feel like what would really make it pop if it was, Dad or Din or or this is the way or or Mandalorian, or even a word that like is in the context of gets developed in the context of the film. But I think something that shows maturity and understanding and commitment to the clan of 2. I think especially if it's one. If he could say one word, maybe he interrupted Dad because then he could be a teen too. This is the way. Interrupted by Grogu.
yeah, that'd be worse. No, I think you're right because there's part of me that's like, hey, like, may the force be with you or something grand, and that just doesn't track. And it almost might be too heavy-handed. Not that I wouldn't be on board for it when it's executed properly, but yeah, this is the way you said something like that. Even if it's just Dad, like I'm picturing, we're gonna be crying. Ethan's gonna be if bawling is sobbing uncontrollably between his 2 sons if his first word is Dad. But I don't. I'll use the phrase, I don't put it past them, but that sounds like I'm being cynical, but I don't put it past like John to make it a very lighthearted, funny moment.
Yeah, I wouldn't put it past him to take to have a big meaty finale and then have the word be a little dessert.
I agree with that. The meep, Amaranth, when everyone's talking about Grogu's meep, that violently cute is a great way to describe that meep. So absolutely,
yeah,
I love that.
I mean, he's communicating. He might not be saying full words, but he's communicating a lot in that trailer.
And then if we do have the voice, who will voice Grogu if he speaks? I truly think if we can't get Elizabeth Taylor, because that's not possible right now, and we're not going to use AI to do that, right? I think it's got to be George Lucas. I think it's got to be George.
I was going to say Harrison Ford, so we're in the same ballpark.
I love that there. Dad. It's got to be that. All right. That's it. You guys have shared some wonderful thoughts about this wonderful trailer. We're in the high gear of getting ready for this movie. Only weeks away. I hate to see time move that fast, but it is true, and it will be here soon enough. So, a lot of fun. Final thoughts, sir, from you as we move on from the week of this trailer to other promotion down the line.
No, it's really, really great to see all sorts of folks be excited about the trailer. And I'm so excited about the trailer and everybody's support that I just hit the button to pre-order my Mando and Grogu action figure with the deluxe sticker. Thanks, everybody, for supporting me.
Oh, that's great. We're so happy for you. Oh, that's wonderful. There you go. This is the way, as Brady says, a good way to end this episode. Thank you all. Like and subscribe, do all those things to really help the channel. We're looking to grow in 2026. You can support directly at patreon.com/ForceCenter. And there, call into the show. That's how you get on the show here. Get in that Discord. All those good things. You can follow me at Cat Knapsack. Joseph, best spot for the website for the movie?
Yeah, you can follow me at Joseph Scrimshaw on the social media and go to josephscrimshaw.com for info about our horror film Dead Media. It is playing its first festival at Nevermore Film Festival in Durham, North Carolina, and I'm putting the link for those tickets in the chat right now. So there you go. You can check out all about that.
There you go. Get there, get some photos, photo opportunities. Put a big deluxe sticker on your photos with Joseph. That's what we want. That's it. We'll see you next time here on ForceCenter. Bye.